He was once a jockey, with high aspirations of being among the best in the pigskin. Then after weight intervened plus a long period of overseas absence, he returned to the local racing circuit, eventually entering the school for trainers of thoroughbred horses. He is now a trainer, hoping to strike success by dint of hard work and determination. He is trainer Donovan Clarke, who shares his lifetime narrative with QuickGallop.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper.
Donovan, you have been here for a while. You started out as a rider and transitioned into training, being a member of the group that graduated earlier this year. Let's begin at the start. How did it all start for Donovan?
Yeah,
Racing, that is.
Racing. I came into the game in 1983 and was introduced to the game by an uncle of mine which used to own horses by the name of Buster D'Souza. Was my uncle who used to own horses. He always tell me about racing and invited me to come down and thing. But I was a footballer. I was playing football at a high level at all-age school. You know? So I didn't really interested in racing at the time. My whole life was resolved around football. And then one day I decided to come down and see what really going on, you know, and give in to him and come down. And from that day I fell in love with the horses. And my things switched from the football to the racing at the time.
All right, two things jump to mind readily. One, what school? Primary school you were
All-age, Central Branch All-age.
Central Branch.
Yeah.
And the second one that came to mind readily, how difficult was that to change from football to horse racing?
It was a difficult choice for me to make at the time, but at the end, with serious perseverance from my uncle, you know, I chose racing. Yeah, I did get a lot of scholarship to go to Camperdown in the year that you have Garfield Robinson, Daniel Maxwell, Dane Walker and those guys. Yeah, I was supposed to in the year with them in Camperdown that year, but I chose racing instead.
All right, so you chose racing. What stable did you first attend?
I first was introduced to Mr. Marlowe, Bradbert Marlowe, yeah, in 1983, and I was there until I graduated from the riding school with a batch of Trevor Simpson, Joe Buchanan, Marcus Higgs, Clive Narrison, Percy Williams, Alphonse Henry, Ian Sergio, quite a few away in that year. That batch. It was a very useful batch of apprentices.
What year was that?
1986.
86 batch.
Yeah.
What was the apprenticeship period like when you started in 83 until you graduated?
I came into racing in 83. I learned the regiment from Mr. Marlowe till about 3 years apprenticeship down there until we go to the 2 years, and then we go to the jockey school for a year, and then we graduate in April 1986,
yeah.
which I started riding April 1986. I won on my first ride that year. It's called Go Jam for trainer Frank Parham. Yeah, it was my very first ride. And I won.
What was that feeling like, Donovan?
Really ecstatic, you know. Really good feeling to know that you ride and win. That's everybody's dream. To have a winner the first day and to know that I have it on my first mount. Yeah, really ecstatic.
How long after the graduation did you get your first ride?
About a week after.
About a week after?
Yeah.
At the time, did it appear as if this was an easy business? I mean, just win race?
It depends on your persona, you know. You can get carried away with it and things like that, because sometimes it comes easy, sometimes you have to put in the work. But that make your man know where you have to grind and dig out the ride and things like that. Yeah, sometimes it comes a little bit easy, because to be honest, every jockey feel like that at some point, the way you get the winners them sometimes, yeah.
Tell me about that first ride though. Was it a fancied horse?
Yeah, I think it's about 3-1. It run I think about third previously. And I got the ride, but it's a horse that take a lot of riding. So for me as a apprentice that riding the first time, the trainer was having a little doubt. But I was always a confident man in myself. I know what I can do. I tell him, the trainer, I can handle him, and he convinced him to give me the ride, and I won on him.
What was the journey of the race?
A mile.
A mile?
Yeah, a mile.
And what type of race you rode? What type
Yeah,
of
I
horse
rode
was
a
it?
patient race with the instruction of the trainer. Broke third, pull out back to fourth, and so let the leader them go on, and we can pick them off from the 6th furlong. And I was about third leaving the 6th furlong till the 3/8 pole. And then I got through leaving the quarter. It was all over from there.
All over from there.
Yeah.
How long did you ride for, Donovan?
I don't know, for about 3-4 years, weight issues get the better of me, so I have to do something else. I didn't know I wanted to come to the trainer. It was just like Mr. Lynch coming one day, I was upside him around the horses, them see me having the weight issue.
And that's Patrick Lynch.
Yeah, Patrick Lynch. Yeah, he come up one day, they come in the stable, I was sitting down on a drum and he comes beside me and sat beside me. And he said, so what, the weight giving a problem? I'm saying, yeah, trainer, giving me a problem. I don't think I can really manage anymore. I try to contain the weight anymore. And he said, so what are you going to do then? I was there pondering what to tell him, what to do. And he answered the question for me right away. He said, you're going to turn a trainer then? And right away I said, okay. Right? And it was one instruction he gave me. Just use the eyes, and your eyes will tell you everything what you know. You need to know.
And that's a route you had taken as well, as
Yeah.
a rider to a trainer.
Yeah. So I came under the stewardship of Mr. Marlowe, Michael Marlowe now. I've been his assistant for about 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years now. So I finally graduated in this year, May this year.
But go back to your riding for a bit, Donovan. Approximately how many winners you would have had in your 3 years?
I think around 27 winners, 27 winners, and finished 9th in the Jockey Championship in my first year, with around 17 winners. As I said before, it was on and off because of weight issues from day one.
So what caused that? I mean, because you're not a big fellow.
I used to play football, so I have put on a whole per muscle and things like that, so it's always been a struggle to contain the weight, to keep the required weight at 102 pounds them time. It was 102 pounds them time there, so finally start getting out, and if I didn't know now when I know then, it wouldn't be much different, you know? Yeah.
So you took the decision to transition to a trainer.
Yeah.
When did you take that decision?
I was assistant before I migrated with Mr. Lynch for 1 year. As I told you, he asked me what I was going to do. I said, all right, you jump around and just use the ears and the eyes and you learn everything. 1 year and I migrated and I came back, and I think 2013 I came back and me and Mr. Marlowe hooked up, and I've been assistant from there on.
So what period of time were you away?
Around 16 years. I was 16 years, yeah. Been away for about 16 years.
And do you mind us asking where?
I was living in England for 16 years, then on and off the track and things like that. I've been around some good horsemen over there. Yeah, Richard Fahy and trainer like that. I don't know if you're familiar with him and thing. So then I decided to come home back and give it a try here. Cause it's, you know, it can be tough over there to get through over there. Huh? So we tried. Mr. Marlowe migrated back as well, and me and him hook up now, and we've been assistant for him for 7 years.
Trainer, the time you spent there on horses in England, how much would that have helped you in your progress to obtaining your trainer's license?
It's helped a lot, because you know, you're different jurisdiction, different things, you learn things over there differently from you don't do back home here. So it all come together at the end of the day, you know? Yeah.
What was the training course like?
The training course was very informative and things like that. So the tutors them go above and beyond to let us grasp everything that we needed to know. Yeah, so yeah, especially the nutrition part, but that was very interesting. And I think everybody should try and know about the nutrition of the horse. Everybody can train a race horse, you understand? But the nutrition part, you have to know the horse and know how to feed the horse and things like that, and the vitamin, the supplement that you're giving the horse. So for me, personally, the nutrition part was highlighting to me. You know about the horse, how the horse mechanism work and things like that. Something. So,
and also how to take care of, especially the legs.
Yeah, as I say, I was growing up That was easy because you have to, me growing up in racing, I have to have a horse to look at by Mr. Valbert Marlowe. So the grooming part of it and things like that become easier. You understand? So you have to have a horse to looking after. That's very imperative as a young rider coming up those days. Yeah. You have to have a horse looking after. Yeah, these days you don't get that anymore. You understand? So the horseman part of it, I think I'm a well-rounded horseman. You understand?
Because your years as a rider would have helped.
Yeah, I know to groom them, I know to ride them, I know how to train them. You understand? So the care of the horses is very imperative for me.
So you would recommend the program that you went through to get your license to continue in the future?
Most definitely. It's for me, everybody should have got through a course like that. Because you go around, you see some poor horsemanship, they just know the basic. And the course highlight everything for you. From the shoeing, the grooming, the feeding, everything.
And who were the instructors?
You have the vet, Dr. Ramdal, Dr. Bartlett, Dr. Janali, Dr. Garvey, and we have some special guests coming as trainer, come give a little tutoring. People like Gary Crawford, Gary Sobrati, Baba Nunes. And Baba Nunes came in one day and he said something that stand out in the back of my head up to today. Say, a trainer, horse must be conditioned at all time. You understand? Better your condition, the horse looking good and running last, and you want to spend any money and it don't look good and running bad. That don't look good for business. So that stand out in my head up to today there.
And you have taken it on as a business trainer. Tell us what your record is like since you have obtained your license.
Yeah, it's a business for me. All around, people invest in their hard-earned money, their life savings to support us as trainers. So it has to be a business. It can be for fun. You understand?
Since you have graduated, what your record is like?
My record, I started 6 horses, won 2 races, burn notice blade, and run 2 second and 2 third.
So you have hit the board in all 6 starts?
All six starts have bring back a check for me, which I'm proud of.
Tremendous.
100% in the money.
Yeah.
How many horses do you have under your care right now?
Well, they claim burn notice, so I have 4 2-year-olds now, and they claim back a horse named He Can Dance on the last race day. So I have back 6 horses now.
And how many runners?
Just 2 runners, just He Can Dance and Blade at the moment. I have 4 that 2 are getting up to ready. One of them might, in the back end of December, can do something with him. So.
Clearly, the hope of every trainer is to, improve, win classic races, probably win championships, and those kinds of things. What is your immediate aim as somebody who has just started out in this field?
My immediate aim is to be the best that I can be, and to grow and improve day by day, and just want to have good horse to be training, and good owner that can support you in return.
If you were to look at some of the trainers who would have impressed you over the years, not just those who you would have worked with personally, but from what you have seen, who would have been some of the trainers who would have impressed you here over there, or even during your time in England?
In England, there's quite a few trainers. Luca Kumani, soft smoking guy, Richard Fahey, Mark Prescott, and them guys. And back home in Jamaica, from I go upside Mr. Lynch, I saw him was a genius around horses. And tried to learn everything I could from him, but I didn't spend enough time on him in that aspect of it and thing. And I work with Frank Parham, very good trainer, Desmond Shan, very good trainer, and then Mr. Marlowe, very, very, very good trainer.
Which one of the Marlows are talking
Michael Marlowe. Michael Marlowe. I think Valbert was a bit, some of the things that I see Valbert done were a bit, I think he was a bit before his time. Some of the things that he have done had taught us. And you have a couple of trainers around here where I really highly respect. Man like Fitzgerald Richard, He taught me a lot of things about horses as well. And I admire Baba, the Acosta, Wayne, and you know, even some of the guys them in my batch, they are very rounded horsemen, you know. Yeah, if you ever talk to them, you know that they are well-rounded horsemen. They're just not a trainer for today. They think above, behind, above and behind, you know.
What about riders?
Well, I've seen quite a few, but my favorite jockey is Winston Griffiths. You know. He's the one that inspired me from day one to become a jockey when I first come to the track. And one day I came to the race and I saw him was winning, saw he was winning a race and everybody was wheeling away with the whip and things like that. And he was just there, just barely nursing the horse home, and it was fascinating to me, everybody whipping and you just hand riding and things like that. So that fascinated me and I was stick to him like, you know.
And we're talking about a long, long time.
Yeah.
But that you just mentioned, in terms of the whipping,
yeah,
there is no
that 6 strike up the straight
up
rule
the straight.
Yeah,
What's
interesting?
Yeah, in terms of proposal, in the hope of getting a law in place for that. What's your take on that? As somebody who would have ridden and is now on the side of training.
You have to think about the horse's well-being first and foremost. So I don't think it should be a problem. You just have to adapt as a rider and adhere to the rules. You know? I just want to give a special mention to my trainer, Michael Marlowe, for giving me the opportunity to express myself as a trainer. And without him, it would never be possible. And I say he's a hard-rounded horseman. So I tried to adapt most of the things that he had done and taught me during my apprenticeship. And for that reason, I just want to give thanks. You know?
Is there anybody else outside of Michael who would have lent a helping hand along this journey that you want to?
There's friends out there who support me. I have my cousin, Michael Jones, and an ex-cousin named, he passed on now, named Freddie. The man was constantly behind me. From a little boy as a jockey. When I finish riding, they say you can transition to becoming a trainer. And Frank Parham, I learned a lot from him, Desmond Chan. And used to have this owner named Dougie Rose. He was like a big brother to me. He always support me in whatever I do, you know? Yeah, so I just want to give thanks to those guys and helping me on my journey. Yeah.
In going forward, I am sure that in your quest you would love to have new owners and persons out there to give Donovan Clarke a chance to really establish a good bond so that you can probably achieve your goal of winning classic races.
Yeah, I just want anybody out there, prospectus owner who's want to come in, just have a talk with me and see the person I am. I'm a rounded horseman and I'm among the horses 24/7. I don't leave my barn from 5 o'clock till 8 in the evening. I'm always at the stable, easy to talk with, easy going guy. And transparent, very transparent, you understand? And I want to give thanks to one of my good friend as well. Say, he owned part one with one of the horses, some of the horses that I have. He's a trainer as well, then for Lee Hamilton. So he's a good friend of mine. He showed me a lot about racing. He's a very rounded horseman as well. Taught me a lot about racing and he always supported me. From anywhere in the world he's always supported me. So for that I want to say a big shout out to him as well. He was there with me and Mr. Lynch from day one as well. So.
All right.
They're off. First start. For notice, Catalina, they came off quickly. Shaboom racing out wide. Crimson, the purple, moving up in between horses. Ajita now moving swiftly on the rail, and Ajita, as they lead the 7, takes that lead in front of a Crimson racing next. Burn Notice looks to have faded back into 3rd as they charge away now toward the 6. High Diplomacy moves up. Catalina are also making progress. They leave the 6. Burn Notice has faded back into 5th. Just ahead of the grey Shaboom. Racing down against the rail, that's Colorado Ranger, then a Casual Peach in the green trails the field as they arrive at the 5. And Ajita continues to hold that lead. Crimson now pressing home on the outside. There goes on the rail and asked to make some progress at this stage. That's Catalina as they're arriving at the half mile, and still Ajita denies them. Crimson breathing down the neck of the leader. Catalina is right there, joined by Burn Notice. These four separated by maybe 3 lengths. A gap opens up to in the orange silks. That's High Diplomacy. She booms, swishing her tail as they go flashing past the 3 Colorado Ranger in front of the trailer Casual Peach. They arrive at the 5/16th and they will come thundering into the lane, and Crimson has now taken that lead. Attacked already by Burn Notice on the outside. Crimson now just the leader. Here is Burn Notice. They make eye contact as they flash past the 3/16th, and now Burn Notice looks to have the nose in front, but Crimson ain't done yet and begins to fight back onto the left-hand stick. But Burn Notice at the furlong pole now takes the lead and is taken off Crimson on the rail. It is Burn Notice. Crimson trying to fight on the fence, but Burn Notice opens a length and a piece, and Burn Notice is coming away in the end. Burn Notice will win it under Radish Roman. Crimson is second. Catalina is third. Shaboom fourth. Casual Peach is fifth.
Donovan, we want to thank you for sharing some time with us, and at the same time wish you all the best, and hope that for not very long, not too long from now, you'll be able to achieve some of your goals.
Okay, it's a pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallop.com, YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for more enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.